Hello all. A topic I want to talk about is control. What I mean by control is the idea that when you are diagnosed, oftentimes you feel like everything is completely out of your control. I've talked to several of my friends that have had cancer, and one of the biggest things they told me about was, listen, it's the control thing. You may feel that you are losing control, that everything is spinning out of whack, that your life is now just going down the tubes. But the thing with that is grabbing a little bit of the reins, pulling back a bit, and realize, okay, it's not going all that bad. That's part of it. The other part, however, is something that I personally experienced that I talked to, once again, a couple of my friends. I just said, did you ever have this happen to you? And it's the idea of taking that control and then kind of funneling it into something or grasping onto something that helps you kind of maintain a bit of a center. But one thing that I noticed that actually helped me kind of rein it back in was, of all things, I had started to actually put together a bug out bag or a 72-hour bag. And for me, I don't know what it was. I felt the need to just put this thing finally together. A little aside as to why this bug out bag probably meant so much to me was, in August of 2014, I actually had an apartment fire. Pretty horrible, to say the least. Lost everything. When you see everything in your life kind of going up in flames, most people get a little rattled. For me, the thing that really annoyed me the most, however, was I had a bug out bag partially put together. After the fire, I had nothing to my name. I had no shoes, I had a t-shirt and the shorts that I had on. That was it. If I had had that bug out bag fully done, I would have had, long sleeved shirt, short sleeved shirt, pants, boots, stuff that I could have, lived in for a couple of days. Unfortunately, I did not have all that constructed. I only had part of my bug out bag packed and ready to go, so it did me no good. Sure, I probably wouldn't be using my bug out bag for anything, but I like to think, it's a good idea to have things for prep. So I was sitting there just getting really anxious for, you get diagnosed with cancer, you tend to get a little anxious. And the thing that helped me the most in this was I sat down, actually spent probably a little bit more money than I should have, but I ordered the remaining items that I needed for my bug out bag. Finally put this thing together, and I did most of it when I was waking up at between 3:30 and 4 a.m. and I would go out, I'd reorganize, I'd pack this thing as best as I could, and a couple times my wife would come out and she'd be like, what are you doing? And I was like, pretty obvious, I'm putting together my bug out bag. She's like, you don't need to do that. And I was like, well, I kind of feel that I do, and I really want to. Put my bag together, and it was the weirdest sensation of when I got this thing packed and ready to go, it was finished, weighed a ton, instantly felt better. I don't know if it was just me trying to maintain a little bit of control over my life, maybe, or if it was my brain just trying to make things click so that I didn't feel like I had loose ends. Because the bug out bag really, I always felt was a loose end for me. So for those of you watching who are diagnosed with cancer, realize you're probably going to hit this point when you feel like you need to latch onto something, that you need some sort of control. Some individuals don't want anyone to know what their cancer is, don't want their coworkers to know, don't want their family to know. That's their form of control. Other people, like me, had an item that we put together, made our own, gave me a little more sense of control. That is perfectly acceptable, at least in my opinion, because your world's out of whack. Trying to just get a little bit of control, nothing wrong with it. to family members or friends. If you notice your family member is like wandering around at 4 in the morning, unable to sleep, and working on something just because they want to and they feel the need to, let them be. It will help if you are just, once again, understanding and offer your support and say, I am here. Some people just won't get it. Others will. Hopefully you're one of the people that your family members are like, okay, it's a little weird, but we can deal with it because it's about you. Remember, as a person that diagnosed with cancer, it really does become about you. And if your family members can understand that and your friends understand that, it makes your life a lot easier. With that said, I hope a little blurb about like control and feeling the need for it is perfectly natural, perfectly fine. You may want to try to channel into something constructive, whether it be building a bug out bag, whether it be working on a Lego set, who knows. But it will help you. And with that, have a good one, everyone.